In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to automate creating an item inside of Monday.com. I'll be going over the setup, the triggers, and how to move the data from one area or one item to another. Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick. Thank you ever so much for giving this video a watch. Hopefully it will be of value to you. Just before we get into the video, if you need any help at all setting up Monday.com for your business, check out my website below. We would be delighted to help. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Like I just mentioned, in this video, I'm going to be explaining how to automate creating an item on another board when something happens on one board. That may sound really confusing, but let me explain my example. I've got a deals board and I've got an onboarding board. Now, what I want to happen is when the deal is closed as one, I want to automatically create an onboarding item. Now, the reason I want to do this is obviously the deals are my sales, and when the sale is gone and when I collect the money and I'm paid, then I want to begin onboarding the client into my product or my service or whatever the case may be. Now, in order to manage the onboarding process, I obviously want to have an onboarding item and I want to walk them through the various onboarding stages. Now, I want to automate this so I don't have to create an onboarding item. Monday.com does it for me and it transfers all of the relevant information from one board all the way over to another. So hopefully that makes sense. Of course, you can use this for anything. So it doesn't have to be deals and onboarding. It could be literally anything inside of your Monday.com system. I'm just hoping that this is a good example that will help you guys understand. So you can see here we've got Nick Boardman and we've got the status working on it, the date and the email address. Now, what I want to do is firstly define my trigger. So my trigger is when status is equal to done. You could have a number of different triggers. You could have a button, you could have a date field, whatever the case may be. But in this particular instance, I just want to say when status is equal to done, create an item on the onboarding board. Very, very simple. So what we need to do is go to automate in the top right hand corner here, press automate, and we want to go ahead and create a custom automation. So you may see this option here. If you don't, just go to the bottom left hand corner where it says custom and press create custom automation. Now we need to define our trigger. So we've already discussed this, when this happens. So we want to go ahead and say when status, and then we want to select our status column, changes to done. And that's it. When status changes to done. And then what we want to do is define the action. So what happens? And of course, the action is create an item in another board. So we then want to go to then do this and go to more options. And you want to go ahead and press create item in board. Now you do actually have two choices. What we can do is actually move the item from one board to another. In this video, I'm going to explain how to create an item in the board. So go ahead and press create item. And then we want to go ahead and select the board first. We have to select the board. So I'm going to go scroll through and I want to find the onboarding in the demo workspace. As you can see, this is showing all of my different workspaces and all of the boards in the different workspaces. I just want to go to the onboarding board. So we are obviously creating an item in the onboarding board when the status is changed to done. And then you go ahead and select the item. And this is very important because this is where we map the fields from one to another. So firstly, we want to define the group that the data goes into. So we've got the different groups on the onboarding board. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then we just need to map the fields to the new field. So name is going to be name, person going to be person, status is going to be status. But actually, I do not want the status to move across from the deals board to the onboarding board because the onboarding is not going to be done, whereas the deals is going to be done. And then we've got date. I'm not going to select date, but I am going to have email. So when a new item is created in the onboarding board, it's going to bring across the name, the person, and the email address. And once you're happy, just press the done button and just go ahead and press create automation. Of course, if you've got lots more columns, you need to map to the various columns. So that is all set up for you, but hopefully that it should be super, super simple to do. Just go ahead and press the X button and congratulations, you've now created that automation. So when I go ahead and press the done button, it is going to be done on this board here. And if I head over to my onboarding, that new item has now been created automatically and the data has been transferred across. As you can see, the email has come across. So hopefully that makes plenty of sense. Now do bear in mind that this information has stayed here, okay? However, if I wanted to either move this, you could just create an automation to say when status equals done, move to a different group. So we could have, for example, open deals and then closed won deals as an example. So we could say when status equals done, then move item to group closed won deals. The alternative is we don't actually create a new item in onboarding. We actually just move the item from deals to onboarding if we wanted to. But in this video, I just wanted to demonstrate how to create an item in another board automatically based on a trigger. So hopefully this video has been of value and I will see you in a moment's time. Hopefully you have now successfully created the automation to create one item in another board based on a trigger in the first board. If you have enjoyed the video or found it at all useful, please consider giving it a like, possibly even subscribing. If you have any further questions at all, you're more than welcome to drop a comment down below, or you can email me as my details are in the description below, and I will do my absolute best to answer any questions you do have. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you shortly in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.